Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have an update on exactly what happened with the cruise ship that left hundreds of passengers behind during the tsunami warning in Hawaii. What actually happened? Did the cruise line do anything for the passengers? We'll talk about that. We have a popular cruise destination is remaining closed, at least for the near future. People are talking about Celebration Keys, the new private destination for Carnival Cruise Line. Some people are very happy about it, but they do have one stinging issue that seems to be very unpopular right now. We also finally have a unfortunate incident where the FBI is once again investigating another Carnival cruise ship problem. So, yes, during a tsunami warning, in case you don't know, cruise ship didn't just leave. We're talking about the Pride of America with Norwegian Cruise Line. They didn't just leave on their own whim, etc. It's something that the port does during tsunami warnings. They order all ships capable of leaving to leave the port. They don't want, like, if something does happen, they don't want all these ships crashing up onto land, etc. If they can leave, they order them to leave. So about 2 hours before the normal scheduled time, the Pride of America had to pull out by the port order and left, some reports say, up to 600 passengers were still stranded ashore. Now, if you were booked on a Norwegian shore excursion, what they did was if they didn't make it back to the ship, they brought them to a high school that was in a high area designated a safe zone for tsunami. This is an actual, assembly point for emergencies. Now, if you were on your own and walking around, you did get text messages on where to go, etc. through your phone. However, you were up to your own accord to find your way there or just get to higher ground. And the day went on longer and longer, in fact overnight, because the port, while the tsunami warnings were downgraded, the port had to be inspected, etc., and did not get inspected until the following morning. So very inconvenient, but people seem to be taking it pretty much in stride. They were upset the day it happened, but they were very relieved when they got back to the ship, with cheering people who were on board, actually cheering them when they were boarding back on the ship, and a lot of them were waving back to the people on there because it turned out to be not as bad as it was feared to be. So it seems like Norwegian did everything they possibly could for the passengers that were left behind. Next, let's talk about Labadee, Royal Caribbean's private destination, and it is been closed for a bit. Remember, it was closed and then reopened saying, oh, it should be okay now, and then they reclosed it again due to the ongoing violence in that region. And so, yeah, it's going to remain closed. It's going to remain closed until at least through October now, and maybe even further. They don't see any time soon of a destination opening, which is really sad in a way because a lot of people who work at Labadee, etc., depend on that for a living, and now it's been closed for months and months. And that's their livelihood. Not to mention, it's a fun little destination to go to as well for cruisers. Many cruisers love to go and relax there. It's a very easy port to maneuver around in and just spend the day relaxing. Unfortunately, until at least November now, there will be no Royal Caribbean ships going there in the near future. That's unfortunate news. We have more. That's right. After the FBI is doing an investigation on the passenger who passed away on the Carnival ship out of Galveston. Remember, it doesn't appear to be any kind of foul play or anything like that whatsoever on that incident. It's just an investigation, a routine investigation. A lot of reports came out saying, foul play was imminent and etc. And there was nothing. There was nothing out there of that sort. However, Now we also have the Carnival Breeze. The FBI has had to launch an investigation because of an assault, alleged assault that happened on board when it got back to port. And this assault was of a sexual nature. So yeah, another investigation. The Carnival Cruise Line is cooperating 100% with the investigators and turning over any video footage or interviews, etc. They're cooperating completely with authorities in this situation. So again, just a word of warning out there, for not just on Carnival. This goes for every cruise line, every place you go. You always have to be aware of the situation and aware of your people that are with you as well. And especially if you're going out dancing and drinking late at night on party ships, make sure you have people with you that can account for your whereabouts. Next, let's talk about Celebration Key. Celebration Key just had a few milestones after opening and having their big launch with all the executives from Carnival coming. Well, they had the biggest ship to arrive, which was the Carnival Mardi Gras. That was the new record, right? The biggest ship ever to stop there. Then they had the first 2-ship day on any day, and they broke a record with 9,000 people visiting the Celebration Key all at one time. So that was another record. And now there's another thing kind of going on that some people are afraid of and some people are very nervous about for good reason on their part. And that seems to be the island, the Celebration Key, seems to be inundated with bees. That's right. The little fellas that can possibly sting you, but usually if you leave them alone, they leave you alone. But if you start swatting at them, they may sting you as well. And they appear to be there because of the abundance of the blooming flowers right now that are all around Celebration Key. And people who have allergies or just, phobias of insects, etc., are complaining that there are so many. And they say there are Carnival has even come out and said, yes, we are aware of the situation with numerous beehives around the area. And we are working to mitigate the situation. Now, how are they going to mitigate it? First off, they have, allergy medication and, reactions in the first aid tents. If somebody has a severe reaction to a bee sting or severely allergic, they can help them there. They have this capability on the island as well at numerous spots in the first aid departments. Also, they are trimming some of the flowers in certain populated areas on the, around the park in order to mitigate the bees that will be in the public areas as well. It's kind of a sad thing that such a beautiful thing is being taken away for Mother Nature, that Mother Nature is just doing its thing, right? We're the ones who are kind of invading their territory. They're just going around and grabbing pollen and feeding and bringing it back to the hive, and we're the ones in there enjoying our vacation. But then the next thing they're doing is possibly moving the hives humanely and moving them to areas further away from the populous area of the park. But yeah, a little bit of a stinging situation going on right now at Celebration Key. I don't think they were planning on this being an issue, but it's popped up. It's popped up as well. So I got a question for you now. Labadee, Royal Caribbean, kind of a popular destination, still not opening. Do you miss it? Have you forgotten all about it now with Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Mexico opening up, Nassau's new area opening up? Have you kind of said, well, you know what, it is what it is, and we don't really miss it too much? But I know some people who absolutely booked their vacation to go to Labadee, and now that they can't do it till at least November of this year. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.